Good morning. How are we doing, guys? Thanks for joining. He's in the house. Dr. Feelbad, what a fantastic name. I love that. I was asked about vitamin K2 and told it's only found in meat. Well, that is complete BS. It's found in natto, which is fermented soybeans. Obviously, not everyone eats that. It's I think it's a Japanese dish. We don't need... If we just think about it, vitamins are essential, meaning we must get them through the diet, else we will die. I'm alive. I don't eat natto. I don't eat meat. So how is that right? It can't be right. So basically, we have bacteria in several of our organs, and they take vitamin K1, which is abundant in a vegan diet, and they make it into K2 for us. If I go to chronometer right now. So we need, the most we need for like sort of late teens and then towards sort of, into later life, it drops off, but 120 milligrams is the most we need. 120 milligrams is the most we need. Can I move me over? Yeah. So here's a plan I wrote for someone for years ago. It's for someone on a weight loss diet. It's 150 calories, so low calories. We need 150 micrograms of vitamin K1. I got this person 950.7. Oh, sorry, it's micrograms, not milligrams. So yeah, 120 mics is the most we need. This person got 950 mics. Whoever told you that needs a slap round the head. Okay, great question. Callum's in the house. Callum L. Morning, guys. Just had my breakfast, getting ready for the gym. What did you have? I had, Gemma had made some hummus, which she stored in the fridge for me. Some healthy hummus, just with tahini instead of oil. So I had that with some whole grain toast. I put some red onion on top as well. That was delicious. And then just reading Jamie's thing. And now I've got a smoothie which I need to drink throughout the stream. I've got berries, dates, flax seeds, chia seeds, Vivo Life Perform protein powder for them gains. Oh, it's delicious. I just tasted it. Sergeant Angharad, how are you, lovely? Good morning, everyone, from my mum, Fudge and I. And, of course, a wonderful use of emojis, as we've come to expect from young Angharad over these months. Notorious Tam Payton. Psilocybe something, lemon tech, it or not. I do not like to give drugs advice live on a YouTube stream. I don't know that particular strain. And of course there's all the contraindications as well, so do your research. Just because I'm a fan of certain things doesn't mean everyone should be. It's not for everyone. If it is for you, it can be flipping fantastic. Fair dues. Yeah, I just don't want to get my channel taken away from me. Jamie, hi Paul, do you get sick of answering the same questions? You'd think so, wouldn't you? But I don't really. Must have a lot of patience to do this so often. I take my hat off to you. I think just because I love it so much, and you know, like I caused a lot of harm when I was younger, when I didn't know better. You know, from a place of insecurity. You know, I became I was a doorman, and then, you know, from a place of insecurity, that kind of, I don't know, I went through quite a dark time where I kind of learned to, it's horrible to say, but enjoy, like, I mean, it was the fact that I'd learned to stand up for myself. But then that kind of became like an adrenaline sport to me, and I actually enjoyed it. And so that doesn't feel very nice. And of course, I ate a lot of animals as well. When I didn't know better, I ate more than most because, you know, I was a bodybuilder, and I thought that's what you do. And the more you eat, then there's only animal protein that counts. You know, the better. But I've since learned that was all very wrong, and I'm just trying to repent. So the fact that I get to answer these questions means that hopefully people take care of their health. Maybe they live longer, healthier, happier. You know, they eat less animals. And I just hope that by the time I die, that there's less suffering in the world because I lived than because I died, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity, to be honest. Is my mic working? Yeah, that's good. Roger. Any vegan teeth whitening recommendations? I wouldn't know. I'm sure you can get compounds and whatever to put on your teeth that are probably vegan, but I don't know how good they are or what they are. Grumpy Vegan Grandad. Morning, Paul. I woke to my alarm at 6 for the gym, but went back to sleep. Can you berate me, please? How can you be a good example for the animals if you're letting your fitness slide? What's good? Now, I think that's probably all I need to say. If you're anything like my former PT clients, I will just say for the animals, and they will get that last rep or two. They never failed. Come on, Grumpy Vegan Grandad. For the animals, man. Get down there. Well, we're a bit quiet this morning, aren't we? Hopefully it'll start to pick up. I should just be supping on my morning smoothie while, what do you think of stuff to say? And hopefully while other people come in. Guys, share the stream out if you can. If you've got any vegan friends, that would be grand. What have I got to tell you? Grumpy Vegan Grandad, I'll go tonight. Good man. Good man. And I'll tell you what I do is I'll watch something inspiring. If I'm going, you know, if I'm doing a bodybuilding session, I'll watch some Mr. Olympia, people like training or whatever. If it was martial arts, I would, you know, watch some UFC or, you know, some boxing or, you know, people training really hard, and, you know, it would get me, it would whet my appetite for it. So that's my little tip. How do I pronounce that? Fiol? Bees don't have lions, so we shouldn't. Where in the world are you? Is it Fiol or Fjal? Where in the world are you? How are you doing? How's the vegan scene? And welcome. It's good to see you in the stream. I don't think we've chatted before, so do introduce yourself if you want to. Don't feel obliged. Maybe you're more of an introvert. each to their own. I was very much an introvert. I think I'm a learned extrovert. No, I used to get that confused. I think I was an anxious extrovert. So I wanted company. I wanted to be interacting, but I had like anxiety around like social situations. But I think that's, it's fallen away now, and I just really thrive, and I really love it. I'm so looking forward to Camp Out. Oh, this Sunday we've got the Norwich Vegans Christmas Market. If any of you can get to Norwich, come and hang. That would be wonderful to meet you guys and hang out with you. It's at the Forum, which is a big building in the centre of Norwich. It's beautiful, stunning building. It has this library, like Radio Norfolk's in there. There's a few restaurants and stuff. Grumpy Vegan Grandad, do you think Mark Mooncat could win in a fight with Mark K? Yeah, I would be training him up. I would teach him some good grappling skills. Yeah, he's down the gym now doing some strength training, and so I'll just teach him to maul him, and just squeeze the shiz out of him. I think Bart is mostly hot air, so I don't think he'll have too much of a problem. What do you guys think? Oh dear. Bees don't have lay-ins. I really like that. What did I learn today? I was listening to a podcast about what kind of makes us human. Ron. Fish meat is practically a vegetable. Well, you should know because you sound like a vegetable. Got the intelligence of one anyway. Wish I was a simpleton. It must be nice. Must be nice to think you're really clever. Shaggy! How you doing, Shaggy? Yes, I was listening on this podcast. It was from, the guy, Richard Wrangham, Professor Richard Wrangham. He wrote the book Catching Fire, which he speaks of. He postulates that it was the cooking of starches that made our the ability for our brains to grow so quick as they did. Callum's in the house. Had my favourite porridge mixed with berries, flax, sunflower mix, and soya milk. Sunflower seeds and like other seeds. Is it in a mix or something? Because like people say, our brains grew because we ate meat. Well, the cleverest thing we did was to learn tool making to make weapons to then be able to hunt. So which came first, like their meat eating or the whatever the other thing is? Why is my brain not working this morning? Because it had no meat. Yeah, it's starch eating most likely that grew our brains. So then we had the intelligence to make tools to be able to get the meat. You can't, don't work the other way around. Callum, goji berries too. Nice. Nice. I love me some gojis. They've got lutein and zeaxanthin, these kind of yellow pigments. One of the few types of antioxidants that can get into the eye. It can change actually the colour of your iris. If you've got brown eyes, if you eat enough things like goji berries, you can make your eyes go green. Believe it or not. Grumpy Vegan, that theory sounds correct. The starch is convert to glucose and the brain uses 6% of the body's glucose. There you go. So what else was he talking about? Ways in which we became human, like what sets us apart. So, morning Big Spoon. So I learned that you've got reactive violence, which is where you're provoked and you might kick off. Now, apes, like chimps and bonobos, are 500 to 1,000 times more likely to be reactively violent. So imagine that, you're in your car and like you're going along and someone cuts you up and you flip them the bird. Chimps and bonobos, if they drove, would be 500 to 1,000 times more likely to get out of the car and be having a point of view with you. Basically trying to get you. But when it comes to proactive violence, so basically like war, like attacking for the sake of it, pre-planned, we're about the same. We're about the same. And I learned the reason for that is that, what is it to do with... Sorry, I've just learned it, and it seems simple, and then I try to explain it, and I sort of forget. It's to do with alpha males. So among like chimps, you've got the alpha male, and if any betas try it on, he will just F them up. But that now in our society, a long time ago, we realised if you get a group of betas, they can overpower the alpha. And so now, and fast forward modern times, you know, if you were to attack someone, you get put in prison. You know, if you do a bad enough, depending on where you are in the world, if you murder someone, like you're going to get murdered. And so it's kind of been bred into us to not be so reactive. And he says, like, that's a huge thing that sets us apart from other primates. Like they're 500 to 1,000 times more likely to get out of the car and chin you. Peace channel in the hizzy. Shalom to you, my friend. Namaste. What is it? Diwali currently? Big old celebration. Angry vegan. Is February still a thing? Good question. You'd think not after the sound thrashing we gave earlier in the this year. Hey Windwaker, how you doing? So what are you guys all up to today? What even day is it? Thursday. When you're self-employed, I'll tell you, every day just goes into the next one. You don't really have sort of, I don't feel like I have designated weekdays and weekends, and yeah, it all seems to be one just continuous long day, really. I'm looking forward to Sunday though. Norwich Vegans Christmas Market, as I say. Super excited. Super excited. I made a new friend at the gym. Her name is Francesca. She's a PT at another gym, but she comes and trains at mine. Lovely lass. She's not been vegan like all that long, just a few months, I think. But she's super seriously into the animal rights thing, and she really posts a lot about animal rights. I think she really wants to make a difference. And yeah, she's never been to any vegan events yet. And I told her the other day in the gym, it's Norwich Vegan Market's on Sunday, and she looked a bit disappointed and said, with my work, like, I've probably got to work that day, I probably won't be able to make it. And then she came up to me yesterday at the gym really excited and said, I could go. And I can see the excitement in her face. It was how I felt when I first went to like a veg fest or whatever. It's like I'm reliving my early veganism, like vicariously, and that's lovely to see. I love to see people so enthused, and gives me hope for the future. She's a lovely young lass, strong girl as well. I think she'll do well. I think she'll be like a cross between Hench Herbivore and Joey Carbstrong. Yeah. Shaggy's brewing a good old cup of green tea. Delicious. Oh yeah, I've got some matcha in my smoothie. Callum, I would love to attend a vegan... You've never been to a vegan event. Where in the world are you again, Callum? I'm sure you have told me. How long have you been vegan for, and where are you? And yeah, do they just not have events where you are? I forget that that's a thing for people. I'm so lucky living in Norwich. We are the most vegan city apparently in the UK. Yeah, I'm very lucky. Notorious Tam Payton. Have you ever done any street outreach? Yeah, loads. Yeah, more early on. I videoed 2 or 3. I think there's at least a couple on Banana Warrior Princess channel with me in them as well. Yeah, I'm not such a fan. I think the danger for me, because I'm quite, I don't know, because I am quite reactive in a way. So, you know, I was talking about chimps and reactive violins. Like, historically, if someone's rude to me, I've found it hard to, like, keep my hands to myself. And happily, it's been a lot of years since I've laid hands on anyone. It's at least 5 years or more. And I'd like to keep that up. I just never want to hurt anyone, or, you know, human or non-human, ever again. I would really love to not have to, or to not. But I think with, like, street outreach, you know how rude trolls are online? You know, just if someone was like that to my face, there's a good chance that I could just lose my temper. And, like, yeah, I just really don't want that. That's the last thing I want. So, I mean, I'm not half as bad as I used to be. But then again, I don't put myself in those situations where I can get angry at people who, you know, I just don't, just disrespect, like, really, like, I don't know, I've got some kind of trigger there, I think. Yeah. Grumpy, we're having a Diwali celebration outside the gates of Tulip Slaughterhouse on Saturday. Harry Krishners are going to chant to bring light to the dark place where they gassed 3,000 pigs alive. I will film it. Wow. Some of my best friends are Harry Krishners. And they've, so they have 3 restaurants in Norwich now. And, of course, they do have some milk, you know, dairy products, but a couple of them, like the head honchos, really have gone vegan recently, like totally vegan. And you know, it's mostly vegan menu, and then everything can be veganized. Yeah, they're such warm, loving people. They feel like, well, they make you feel like family. I love a lot of Indian culture, like, really resonates with me. Oh, we went to a Hare Krishna wedding like a few months ago. That was spectacular. But yeah, I'd love to see your video, Grumpy Vegan. Let me know when that's up. That would be very cool. Callum, vegan for 3 months. Okay, so not so long. So maybe that's why you haven't been to an event. I live at a place called Burnham, near Windsor. Work in central London. Okay, so it's not that there's not stuff about. It's just that you're so newly vegan. And come to Norwich, man. Come to Norwich. It's not so far from you. What is it, a couple of hours? Well, it depends where exactly you are. I don't really know. Oh, you might be a bit further, actually, might you? I love Windsor. It's amazing. But yeah, Norwich, Sunday, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. I wasn't going to say Mooncat's coming. He was going to come. He can't make it now. But yeah, come and hang with us. You'd be more than welcome. Wind Waker, I'm going to my horse today. Oh, tell us about your horse. I wish I had a horse, friend. Crypto Color Light Tech. What up? Would you spend 4K on a TV? I wouldn't spend 1p on a TV. I don't own one. I just started to see The Matrix. One day we were doing some cooking, and Gemma said the word beans, and we were living at her dad's for a short time, and her dad was coming past, and she said the word beans. So he reflexively, spit it out, son, sung beans means Heinz. And I thought, wow, he didn't even know he'd done it. He didn't, like, really connect on any other level with us. He just sung that. He just heard the word beans and automatically thought, oh, beans means Heinz. Like, there's no other brand of beans in the world. And I thought, wow, like, you've been programmed to think that beans. I never used Heinz beans. I used to use KTC beans because they're like a fraction of the price. You get them from like places like, I don't know, Lidl or whatever. So that was weird. And then and then there was the cancer research campaign where they said, oh, host a barbecue, raise money for cancer research. And I thought, wait a minute, not only is the food carcinogenic that you want us to cook, the fumes are carcinogenic. You got these nitrosamines, heterocyclic amines, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These are thought to give us cancer, or I think some of them are now proven to give us cancer. So just being in the area where a barbecue's happening, not even eating the carcinogenic meat, but would give you cancer. So, and like these companies that make the medicines, these pharmaceuticals giants, they're the richest people in the world. Why do they need our charity? They must be really laughing at us. Look at these idiots. They're giving themselves cancer so they can raise money, so we can produce more expensive drugs, so they can give us more money to buy the drugs for the cancer that we've caused them to give themselves. They must think we're mugged. And that was it. That was it. I couldn't watch TV anymore. I couldn't have these ads in front of me. I was done. I just can't. It made me so angry. Oh, Notorious Tam very generously donated 79 Great British cents. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. You didn't have to do that, but you chose to support your local neighbourhood vegan YouTuber out with the kindness of your heart. Thank you very, very much. Bless you. Peter Cunnington, hello to you. Is spirulina healthy for you? There's certainly healthy things in there. But there's also some kind of compound, I don't know the name of it, which is a neurotoxin, apparently, according to Dr. Gregor at Nutrition Facts. Most of it is contaminated, apparently, with things like heavy metals. It's rare to get one that's really clean. And what Dr. Gregor says, so they look at all the research, and he says if you want the benefits of like one of these types of blue-green algae, chlorella seems to be the safer option. People call these things like kind of superfoods, and they come out with crazy shit like, oh, you could just eat this and it's so wonderful, and you're gonna live to 5 million years old. To be honest, I don't think it's. I mean, I don't know, but I doubt it's much better than other foods which cost a fraction of the price. Yeah, I eat neither of those. I have done, but I just basically eat a whole foods plant-based diet, and I think like it's probably not really going to make any odds, but it's expensive, Callum, thanks for the offer. It would be a pleasure. Hopefully I'll be able to go. Oh, nice. Off to the gym now. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Well, if you do come up, let us know. And, you'll see us there anyway. It's not the biggest building. And, feel free to hang out with us while we're there. We're there till 4. We're there 10 till 4. Then we've got to go and view. Oh, so we're pretty excited. Me and Gemma are looking at a new flat. It's right by the gym. My friend basically wants to rent to us so we can get out of here because the neighbours have got a dog now upstairs and it's just super noisy. Like it interrupts filming and it's horrible. So we're off. But so we're just going for a little. I mean, I know what it looks like anyway, but we're just going to go for a look, work out logistically where things will go and whatnot. But it's 99.9 reoccurring percent that we're going to be moving in there. And so that was one of those synchronicities. He said, I'll come over at 4 and the thing finishes at 4 and it's just like a couple of minutes walk from the venue. So I thought that was, felt like one of those synchronicities that was meant to happen, if you know what I mean. So excited for that. Grumpy Vegan, don't worry, I'm going to explain dairy and eggs to the Hare Krishnas. Now, and you'd think if anyone's going to get it, they'll get it. I'll bet you will create some vegans. Thundering Ox in the hizzy, never you mind, and welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Victor Marma, thoughts on Frank Tofano? the thing that popped in my head was a 4-letter word beginning and ending with T. I don't really want to talk negatively about people more than I have to, but that probably sums it up, really. That's the word that popped into my head. Friday, and is it okay to eat honey from bees? Is it okay? Imagine you've got a job collecting food, and you're working your butt off collecting food to put in your fridge for your family to eat, your babies and whatever. And imagine someone keeps nicking your food. So imagine now you work twice as hard and you die in, say, 40 years. Instead of 80 years, you die at 40. Would you think that was okay? Because that's what we do to bees. Not only that, we in a commercial facility, we rip the queen's wings off, or we clip them so they can't fly away. We kill males to get the semen to make more queens, I think it is. In commercial facilities, they'll sometimes kill off the colony at the end of the season. And, you know, is it okay? I mean, you know, who am I to say, like, what's okay or not? If you're asking, is it vegan, then no. Even to just take a little bit of honey, even the smallest amount of honey from, say, you in the wild, you found a beehive and you took the tiniest bit of honey, it's against the ethics of veganism to exploit animals. So if you're asking, is it vegan to eat honey, then no. From a health perspective, free sugars are the second biggest dietary contributor to Alzheimer's disease, which is the biggest killer of people in my country now. So you can be giving yourself Alzheimer's disease as well. Lack of nutrition, so you're displacing healthier calories. Yeah. Grumpy Vegan, my son's been home from Norwich for 2 days. I want him to go back there. Oh, did you come to Norwich recently, Grumpy? And how was it? I remember you saying you were going to come here. Shaggy, when I hear Bean, makes me think of Rowan Atkinson. Yep. Same. Jan's in the house. Amingo, do you watch any anime? No. The only thing we've been watching lately, so good, is called Bodyguard. It's a British TV series on Netflix. I think it's 6 episodes. Sadly, we watched them. We watched them all now, so we need to find something else. Yeah, I don't watch anime. I would do. I liked back in the day when anime first really came on the scene in the UK. I was a fan of Urazuki Doji or The Wandering Kid. I think I had all 4 of those on videotape. Patrick Sandstrom. Good morning, friends. What cardio training do you fancy, if I may ask? Hill sprints on my bicycle. I shall be doing them straight after the stream. Well, if I get this smoothie down me, I'll be doing them straight after the stream. Yeah, love them. It's the only thing I enjoy. Historically, I enjoyed martial arts training for cardio. Nothing else have I ever really liked, to be honest. Yeah. Angry Vegan. Have you heard of David Avocado Wolf? Yep, he's a bellend. Alpha Gamer, love your content. Do you still compete at my stage? What's your lowest body fat? I think my lowest body fat was probably maybe 6%, which was a couple of years ago. So I was aged like 45. Leanest I've ever been. So easy as a vegan. I've actually never competed. My thing was really martial arts, and I never really competed in those to any degree. It was more for like self-protection as a doorman. Yeah, I would maybe consider competing at some point. Maybe I could do like the Ultra Masters or whatever, make my debut at like age 50. But I'd want to make sure that I was, you know, in good shape so I could do like at least reasonably well, so I didn't embarrass veganism. But the thing with me is, you know, you've only got so much time, and I really need to learn to pose. Like I don't really have the first clue. Well, I have the first clue, but that's about it. I certainly don't have the second, third, fourth, or fifth clue on how to pose. So I need a lot of training. I think if I had a training partner who happened to be great at posing and could coach me, and I could do it, you know, straight after my session, I don't know, just do 15, 20 minutes each day, Yeah, I would consider it. Morning, Aaron. How are you? Aaron Booth. Amingo Gaming. What does free sugar imply in food? So it's sugars not attached to fiber. So basically, it's any like unnatural sugars or things like honey, molasses, agave, maple syrup. So when sugar is attached to fiber, as it is in fruit, with all the lovely phytochemicals, the polyphenols, vitamins, minerals, that's very healthy. And science shows us like one of the biggest things that we could do to extend our life to most people is to eat more fruit. But when we extract the sugar from the fiber, it just acts very differently in the body. It's uptaken like super fast. It leads to Alzheimer's, fatty liver disease, elevated triglycerides, raises the risk for diabetes, depending on what your sort of intracellular lipids are looking like. So like saturated fat is that's gotten into your muscle cells. So it's not that the sugar gives you diabetes, but it then shows that you've like got it. Basically, you're more likely to have a hyperglycemic episode. Angry Vegan Bodyguard was good. That was so good, wasn't it? It was so gripping. Oh, that was amazing. Windwaker, yes, Paul. He's the most beautiful horse, very intelligent. He overthinks a lot. He is no trouble starter. He doesn't take horses. I like him. What do you mean he overthinks a lot? That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Crypto. What did humans eat in Russia back in the day? Was it plant or meats? Meat or plants? I don't know. I'm no anthropologist. Basically, we just ate what was available. So I guess Russia's quite cold, isn't it? So it's probably going to be more animals, I would expect. But even like, most Paleolithic peoples, if you look at their coprolites, which is the fossilized poo, we now know through modern analysis that they ate up to 150 grams of fiber per day. So yeah, they may have been eating the odd bit of animal that they came across, or one time out of 10 could actually bring back when they went hunting. But they ate mostly plants, most of them. Windwaker, if he gets kicked, he kicks back. There's way more mass since he's a cold-blooded horse. What does that mean? You introduced me to new ideas today, a lot harder, and only this is like a few inches when someone gets too close for him. I like him. What's his name? Notorious. I've tried showing people, a couple of my pals, your plant-based cats video, and their response was just vegan propaganda. What would you apply to such nonsense? Show me the data that proves what you're saying. So in my latest video, I cite the biggest ever study, and I also quote Dr. Andrew Knight is his name? Andrew Knight? He basically is the guy at the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons who deals with animal welfare. He's like their top guy. And I'm quoting him, and he says, and you can find the quote and you can read the studies, no study to date. Basically, every single study on complete vegan cat foods versus normal cat foods either shows no difference in health outcome, or like half of them showed benefit to health outcome, including the latest study, which showed 5 benefits. So there's the science, there's the data. It's no good like saying what you think is right. You have to look at the science. You have to see like the data and see what is the truth of it. And the truth is that no study to date has found a detriment. Not a single study, according to Andrew Knight, who is at the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. So he's at the like lead like authority, like institution to do with this subject. What do they know relative to him? What do they know, these people that you're talking about? And, you know, there's these phrases like an assertion made without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. You can just say like, well, that's just words, like wrong, here's the evidence. And what is the other phrase? Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So that's a good one. Not so much in this case, but that's another good one. If people say, oh, meat is good for us, you know, that's flying in the face of the scientific consensus. So show me your extraordinary evidence that proves your extraordinary claim. Or shut up because you're just saying words and anyone can say anything, you tool. That's how I would reply to them. Wind Waker, he would never attack a human. He's good people. Good job as well. Horses are damn powerful. I'm good, Yoshi fan. How are you, my friend? Right, for some reason, YouTube hid your comment, Barbara McPherson, but I shall unhide it. Trisha Paytas said she is now vegan because she's Hare Krishna. Is that true? Is that a thing? Is she really? That would be amazing if so. She was quite vehemently a knob towards vegans in the past, wasn't she? I seem to remember. I know Frida used to talk about her a lot. I've kind of forgotten now. Oh, yeah. 13 hours ago, I'm officially vegan now. Bloody hell, that's interesting. Thanks for letting me know. It's very interesting. Oh, yeah, that's another thing, Wind Waker. Yeah, we were talking about spirulina, yeah, and I forgot to mention that. Yeah, so there are... I think there may be some true B12 in spirulina potentially, but there's also these B12 analogues, so compounds that look almost identical to B12, except they have about 3 like atoms like different. Like they have this little sort of tail, which means they fit the receptor, but they don't do the job of B12. So therefore, even if you had adequate serum B12, if you had too many of these pseudo B12s docked with the receptor site, the net result would be that you could be B12 deficient. So, yeah, that's another reason not to have spirulina. I'd forgotten that one, so thanks for bringing that up. Yoshi fan, doing well, finally out of a lockdown in Melbourne. Thank God for that. Nice. That must be. How long was you in lockdown for? And what are you going to do now that you're out? What plans have you got? Crypto. How many times a day do you eat, and what time do you eat your meals? So 3 times per day currently. First meals usually about 8 a.m. about 1 p.m. and then about 6 p.m. And then so I've got, by the time I've finished that meal, I've got at least 3.5 hours before bed. So I find that I sleep better like that. Great question. Salmon's in the hizzy from Arizona, from Phoenix, Arizona. How's the vegan scene in Phoenix? Yoshi, what's your opinion on intermittent fasting? Yeah, so depends how you kind of call it, really. I eat in like an 11-hour window, I think. 8 till 6, 7... Yeah, 11-hour window. So I'm not eating for 13 hours. So I guess I am intermittently fasting now. Certainly benefits to health in terms of hormesis. So when you've not got tons of food going in currently, your body then turns inwardly. Instead of being constantly in like a kind of build mode, it turns inwards and goes into repair. So it's actually sort of anti-cancer to have extended fast. You don't want to go too long. If you go too long at all, and you're not putting in fiber You're then not feeding your good gut microbes, so that can be really unhealthy because you want them to thrive. Yeah, I think as long as it's not too extended, it can be very helpful. I understand that there's no benefits in terms of metabolic benefits for fat loss. Some people say like it's a real superior way to diet. My understanding is that it only seems that way because it's easier to stick to the diet and not because there's any particular benefits from not eating for extended times. Wind Waker, his name is Philu, and he overthinks. I mean, every time there's a noise, he gets scared, but he processes that noise for at least a minute. So next time he remembers it. Oh, interesting. Bobby, Paul, I have hypothyroidism. Should I take a supplement? I have C-cup tablets. I'm happy to get something else. So, are you currently being given like thyroxine or whatever? I've heard there's some benefits to having T3 and T4. But anyway, that aside, supplements wise, if your hypothyroidism is caused by a lack of iodine, which sometimes it is, and then you need to regulate the amount of iodine you're getting, I wouldn't recommend sea kelp or any other seaweed because of natural variability. It can vary sixfold. So So say your problem is lack of iodine. Well, the amounts you're getting can vary on different days. And some days you might get enough. Some days you may get far too little. But if you take a supplement, you can take you want at least 150 micrograms. It's a minimum RDA. You can go, the safe tolerable upper daily limit is 1,100. So I wouldn't go too near there. But, you could raise it up like a fair bit. I try to get like maybe at least 300 micrograms a day. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend seaweeds for you. And but it might not be that. Most hypothyroidism is actually caused by Hashimoto's disease. Have you had your antibodies tested to see if you have Hashi's? Either way, there is a supplement you can try, which is black cumin seed powder. And it's very efficacious. You only need half a teaspoon. And if you are on meds now, you may find that you can really lower your T3 and or T4, depending on what you've been given. And if you've not been prescribed anything yet, put that in, get retested before you get prescribed what you want, because your needs will very probably have been lowered. So that's some new science that we know about. Super chat. Some kind soul has just super chatted. Cat's Meow. What a great name. Oh, and what a generous super tip there. Thank you so much, my friend. Keep up the great work. You're an amazing animal rights activist. And you're amazing for supporting me, because if it's not for people like you, I wouldn't be able to do this. I would be doing a boring menial job. Well, tell a lie, I'd be a PT, but I wouldn't be saving, a fraction of the animals. So thank you, Cats Meow. And tell me, I don't think we've chatted before, have we? Where in the world are you? How's it going? How's the vegan scene where you are? And how's your vegan diet treating you? Tell us, just introduce yourself a little bit if you want to. I know not everyone's such an extrovert as me. And thank you very, very much. Angry vegan. Trisha's video says she's officially vegan. 2 minutes into the video, she says she's not really vegan. Well, yeah, Harry Krishna is a vegetarian anyway, by and large. Wind Waker, at least in Germany, there are terms like full blood, warm blood. And cold blooded, which are bred to work. Feel logs from the forest. Oh, full blood, warm blood, and cold blood. English and Arabian, still slim but mixed with other races. And then like kind of Shire horses, I guess you mean. Interesting. Yoshi fan, we've been under lockdown since mid to late July 21 here in Melbourne, and my plans I'm just going to visit Royal Botanical Gardens. Oh, wow, that would be nice. Stuck indoors for 3 months most days. Wow. Were you allowed to get just go out and get a little exercise or something like that at least, or how was that? Obviously, like walking in a place with lots of flowers and trees. Yeah, same. I love it. Wind Waker. Oh yeah, the English pronunciation of would be Filu. Filu. I love it. Does that mean something? Is that got a meaning to it? Or is it just a nice sounding word? Filu. Filu. I like it. I like it. Sounds French, is it? Oh, maybe German. Right, let's get this smoothie down me. Only in 5k radius for 2 hours a day max. Okay, well, I suppose that's something, but yeah, still, no gyms. Yuck. Yeah, still, you just get stir crazy stuck indoors, don't you? It's horrible. You're welcome, Bobby. I think there's a couple of other nutrients of concern as well for hypo. I know selenium's important, so make sure you get at least 1 Brazil nut with your... If you're eating an otherwise whole foods plant-based diet, 1 Brazil nut usually gives people adequate selenium. You don't want more than about 4 Brazil nuts in a day. That's kind of your safe, tolerable upper daily limit, depending on what else you're eating. For your average Brazil nut, 4 of those, and otherwise, as I say, whole foods plant-based diet. That's probably you're touching the safe, tolerable upper daily limit. So that's good to know. Now, have I been going for an hour? No, because I started a bit before I got on, didn't I? Guys, it's a bit quiet today, but I'll do 5 more minutes just in case you guys have got any more comments or questions, and then I better go and do some other things. Yoshi, I'm honestly surprised Vegan Gains isn't challenged you to a boxing match, considering that's what he's been doing. That's what he's been doing for forever. Yeah. He's very angry. He's very grumpy, isn't he? Isn't he, boys and girls? Bless. Crypto color tech. What pump will convince my wife to let me have more wives? Oh dear. If only, eh? That's funny. Angry Vegan played any interesting chess games lately. We've not played chess for months and months. Just been so busy. It's kind of gone a bit naff on YouTube. Just the views have gone down, and Instagram. We're just finding it increasingly harder to get so much reach with posts. So we're not selling as many books. The course sales have been pretty good. But yeah, affiliate deals, they've gone down. Didn't earn very much from affiliate deals this last month. So we're having to just work all the time just to keep it viable, to keep doing this as a living. So yeah. So yeah, not really had touch chess. I know it feels like a game of chess takes all bloody day. Yeah. Do love it though. Wind Waker, shy horses, it would be English cold blood. Yeah. Notorious Tam, how's your charity single coming along? What? Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? All right, guys. Well, we're a bit quiet. I think I'm going to sign off and go and do some other things. Let's just answer this. Recently, I found out there's a vegan buffet restaurant that opened up in Melbourne. Allows you to eat as much as you want, and the price depends on how much food you put on your plate. Yeah, there's one of those in London called Vantra Vegan, and they're kind of what do they call it? There's that special type of so you got raw, you got like cooked raw, and then before raw, macrobiotic. They've got all those styles of eating. So yeah, I think that's in Leicester Square. Yeah, amazing. Lenny Fong is the owner, little Chinese guy, so friendly, lovely guy, really looks after us. Yeah, shout outs to Vantra if you're ever going to London. Right, we're going to shoot off. Yeah, again, in Norwich on Sunday is the Norwich Vegans Christmas Market, 10 till 4 in the Forum in Norwich City Centre. So come along and we'll meet up and say hello if you want to. Guys, have you downloaded our free e-guide? It's amazeballs, if I do say so myself. Complete overview so you can, thrive as a vegan, not become one of those pesky ex-vegans. Our 2 cookbooks, the first 2 are just $6.99 currently, so 30% off. Philo is French for bully bruiser troublemaker. Interesting. Oh, and our new cookbook is out very soon. We've looked at most of the first draft, and we've sent back the few revisions. I think we've just got about another third of the book to look at. And then we'll just look at it again. And probably it'll be out within the next couple of weeks, I would expect. You're welcome, Thundering Ox, and thank you for your kind words. So if you want to get 10% off our new cookbook, you need to pre-order it now before it comes out. Links below. And, of course, our video course. Plus, all the books will be in there as well. Plus, you get all the downloads, printable PDFs. That's available if you want it. Don't forget we do merch as well. If you want to do any Christmas gifts for people, we do merch. And, of course, I'm affiliated with Honest Hemp CBD and Viva Life Protein and Vitamins. So if you want money off those, links are below for all of that good stuff. Thanks, Thundering Ox. Right, thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on my toast, the Wilson door, and the cameras rolling. What day even is it? Thursday. We're back tomorrow night, 7 p.m, me and the little lady, so set a reminder on your phones for that. And if you're new here, we'd love you to become part of this wonderful community by hitting the subscribe button and clicking the bell icon. Check out my new video. I did a how to thrive as a vegan video. I really put all my effort into it. I feel like it's a really professional production. Maybe I'm wrong. You tell me what you think. But it's out now. Just released it last night. It's not had a whole load of views. So if you want to give it a watch, or if you just want to play it in another window, if it's not really your thing, either would be highly appreciated. Bye for now. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your day, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I nearly said rest of your gay, guys. Terrible.